Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast. Happy Tuesday. Okay, I'll take it.
I'll take it because it's a fully loaded Tuesday.
Oh my God, it's TFL.
It's
Tuesday Fully Loaded.
Tuesday Fully Loaded, starring Jax and Claude and Craig and Ben and Zach and Spritze.
And Pookie and Jett. So here's how today's show is going to go. Pre-Fast 5 banner. Fast 5. Pookie and Jett on The Toast. Video and audio. So if you're listening as a podcast or you're watching on YouTube, you don't have to leave the episode you're listening to. It will be the latter half of this episode. Jackie and I sat down with Pookie and Jett, viral internet stars and, close family and friend of Turdy Lou, Oshry Safer. And you guys are going to love it. It's really interesting to get to know them as people and see that they're exactly who they are online in person. It's actually scary how authentic they are online. How you would expect an interview with Pookie and Jett to go is exactly how it went.
Totally. You get a little bit of their backstory, how they met, what they'd been up to before viral fame, and you get a taste of life with the Pookster.
No, totally. And Campbell, which is Pookie's real name, she's pregnant too. So we get a whole pregnancy update from her. It was really awesome. I think that everyone's really going to love it. And so I'm excited for that, which will be in the latter half of the episode. Before we do anything today, we need to talk about major news being made, extra, read all about it. We have finally announced, so we announced a while ago our collaboration with Craig Conover from Southern Charm. He joined our company as an ambassador. He invested. He tried Spritz at the Eras Tour. I was at the Eras Tour with him, Ben, Paige. He loved it. Him and Ben obviously became friends, started golfing, wanted to invest, wanted to get involved. And this is the first real iteration of our partnership. We came out with a new flavor. It's lemon iced tea in collaboration with Craig Conover. Obviously, it's very Southern. It's giving sweet tea. It's delicious. We worked really hard and really long on getting the flavor to a good place. And this is our new can. So if you've been drinking Spritz Society and you're just sucking them down, that's kind of what happens. These are bigger. They are more ounces per can. So you'll get more beverage. I think our last one was 9 ounces. Don't quote me on that. So we have bigger cans, new blue cans, and in addition to launching this new flavor on SpritzSociety.com, we also did a big merch collection with Craig. Jackie's actually wearing one of what I think will be our best-selling crew neck. It says Spritzing Down South. That's very much the vibe of the collection.
It is a Spritzing Down South
We've
moment.
got hats. If you were on board for the Craig 20 moment, we made t-shirts. There is so much going on at SpritzSociety.com. And the exciting thing is that we ship our wine online, I think to 45 states. There are a couple of states that don't let you ship liquor in the mail. But because we're also selling merch, all 50 states can buy the merch. So if you're in a state that doesn't ship to Spritz doesn't ship to, and you haven't been able to ever get anything, you can also get merch right now, even though, your state kind of sucks.
Damn, shots fired.
No, sorry, the government of your state sucks.
Spritz Society lemon iced tea. Also, the cans are Gargy Pargy. These are perhaps my favorite cans we've ever done.
Oh, and I'm sure everyone's going to want to, be asking this question. And yes, you can use code Craig20 on this drop. Obviously, we had to. Ben was literally so mad. He's like, I wish we made it Craig 10 because it's this big launch. I'm like, Ben, you have to let people use the code. So Craig 20 is still active. Do not worry.
Yeah, SpritzSociety.com for all your drinking and wares of the Spritzing Down South collection.
Yeah, the wares. We've got them.
We've got the wares. I love this hat. I was wearing this hat over the summer. You might have peeped it. It is so stinking cute, and it matches our cans.
It matches everything. I was looking through the Dropbox this morning of all the pictures of Craig. What a handsome young man.
Yeah. The pictures are so great. They're so Southern Charm. They're so Craig, and they're so Spritz. That's kind of the best collab when it happens so organically, and you can feel the organic nature in the products.
I can feel the organic nature for sure.
You can feel the organism.
The organism is sort of taking over in my body right now.
Exactly.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've had a busy morning, as we all have with the collab, but also just mom things, music, popping off. So it's been a busy morning. I'm happy to be sat with you for a second,
I'm sat.
It's always crazy when the toast is actually the calmest part of my day.
Yeah, that's so true. It's definitely going to be one of the calmer parts of my day because in addition to dealing with coccydynia, which thank you for the outpouring of love from the community, I'm also celebrating my 7th wedding anniversary today.
I saw that on Instagram. I saw you posted something really sweet with Ben. You collabed with Claude Self, and I was is this an announcement of something? And I was like, oh, it's Ben's birthday. Oh no, it's the anniversary.
Yeah, I feel like anniversaries like really go under the radar. And you know, by the time usually your anniversary is on like a weekday, right? And me and Ben like made dinner reservations a while ago, and we're like sitting here being like, do we have to go? It's just so late, like 8:30. Like,
yeah,
that's my bedtime. We are gonna go.
You're gonna go.
We are gonna go. And I feel like I'm bad with anniversaries. Like I don't make them special. Ben always tries, and it's just like, to me, it's like another day. But you know, we're gonna make it nice. And I feel like we're gonna make it nice.
My anniversary has just gotten lumped into Valentine's Day and Harry's birthday. So, and I kind of like it that way because I don't need like another occasion to have a dinner or to get a gift, a card. Like, and I don't need a gift and a card. Like, it's
was I supposed to get a gift?
It's nice that we usually do a little vacation weekend for all three of those things.
So sweet.
Gargy. Yeah. It's a little bit of a hassle. It's a little bit of a hassle. The anniversary is a little bit of a hassle.
No, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, between, like, on the list of important days, like, in your marriage and in your family, and I'm sure, like, the more, you know, your family grows, like yourself, like, it just gets, like, falls down the list of priorities. And I don't know, for me, it's, like, always on a weekday. And I know that doesn't make any sense because, like, 2 out of 7 years have been on the weeknights, but, like, okay, if it's on the weeknight, it's like, I want to have fun with my friends. And then if it's on a weekday, it's like, girl, I got to go sleep.
And by weeknights, you mean weekend.
Weekend, yeah. Am I okay?
Her anniversary is only 12 hours.
Yeah, sorry. No, if my anniversary is on the weekend, I'm like, I'm not spending it with my husband. I want to go out with my friends. And if it's on the weekday, I'm like,
this
isn't going to work. Yeah, it's a school night.
Yeah, no, it thinks, like, the anniversary thinks it gets, like, birthday treatment. And it does not.
No, I completely agree. I wonder if Ben got me a gift.
I don't think he did because usually he's like consults
running it
the girls.
That's good. I didn't get him anything.
That's good.
Yeah, so we're just like kind of even.
Okay. Well, happy anniversary to you and Ben.
Thank you.
Like,
what would you say is your favorite memory from my wedding?
Couple goals.
Power couple. Power couple.
Power couple.
It's giving power couple.
My favorite memory from your wedding. Well, I had a great time. Yeah. I know you didn't, but I thought it was really beautiful. I enjoyed myself. It was emotional as well. You know, I feel like the dichotomy between the ceremony and the reception was so stark. With the ceremony being so, I'm actually being sincere. With the ceremony being so like emotional and serious and traditional and buttoned up, and then the reception being quite lit. Like, I think to achieve those two extremes is actually a gargy-pargy balance and what you can hope for in one's wedding.
Well, I appreciate you saying that because I do remember whilst planning my wedding, searching for that dichotomy. I was like, I want it to be so lit, like blackout, everybody do drugs. And during the ceremony, like, God is in the room with us.
Yeah. And what was your favorite memory from your wedding? I know it might be hard for you.
Honestly, my favorite memory from my wedding is like I finally unclenched like my anxiety and my stress at the after party, and I actually got really drunk in like the 2-hour after party, like dead sober during the wedding, Fabissa and Punim screaming at everyone.
Yeah.
Blackout.
Yeah. The dichotomy is alive and well.
The dichotomy of it all, bro. The dichotomy.
You love a dichotomy, though.
It's one of my favorite words.
And so you have to practice what you preach.
I mean, am I not a walking dichotomy? Like modern woman, business owner, living in the future, very traditional, Jewish queen, you know?
Yeah.
Women in the kitchen.
You're living in the dichotomy of all in which I came before you.
I'm living in the dichotomy of it all, you know?
Classic.
I thought we said yesterday we were done wearing shorts on the toast. Explain yourself. I see leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are like, this is a onesie, like a biker short onesie underneath. And when I meant shorts, I meant like tailored shorts, like a skirt almost.
Well, it looks like it might rain.
This is more cash. Oh my God, it looked like it was going to rain all morning, but it held out. Phew, I did not want to drive in the rain.
Oh, I am dying for it to rain. I've got a relatively slow day. And I actually was talking about this on my Instagram. I haven't spoken about it with you. I'm just thinking about taking the plunge into buying a crock pot.
I saw on your Instagram, first of all, I think you have to have a crock pot. You know, it's kind of a rite of passage, and you are 7 years married, so I think you're past due for a crock pot.
Due for one.
Yeah. I endorse this. I understand that the stuff of it all is concerning to you, but you'll find a place for it and it'll be fine. Just please, I beg you, like, don't use crockpot liners.
Why?
They're so gross.
Okay, well, yeah, by the way.
I have to get
Are you talking
off
about the disposable ones?
I'm talking about the disposable crockpot liners. Every time I cook in my crockpot, people are like, you should use a liner. It makes cleaning so much easier. Like, yes, I should cook my food in a plastic bag. That's a great idea. Thanks.
Well, I didn't want to, be the one to tell you this, but I did get a bunch of messages when I was talking about potentially opening up my life to a crock pot. People were saying you should buy a crock pot with a steel base. Not the base that you have is like, it's plastic.
Oh, okay. I'm not attached to my crock pot. Feel free to trash it. I don't even know. I think I got it like on Amazon.
Well, here's my question. Like, crock pot is Band-Aid, right? Crock pot is a brand.
Right.
Of slow cookers.
I believe my brand is Crock-Pot.
But you can have a slow cooker that's not a crock pot, but you still call it the crock pot. It's kind of how Band-Aid is the name of a brand of bandages. But if you're using an off-brand bandage, you're going to call it a Band-Aid.
Okay, the one I went to Amazon, purchased November 22. So this is the one that I have. It is by Crock-Pot.
Would you recommend?
I've not had any issues with it, but you were just saying something about ceramic base.
Metal base. They just have like the bowl that you cook in that you take out and wash, right? It comes out.
Yeah.
It comes in like steel too, so you're not cooking with the microplastics.
Yeah, mine is ceramic bowl, I think, and that's fine.
It's plastic.
Ceramic? Your Le Creuset is ceramic.
No, yours is plastic.
What is plastic? My bowl?
Your insert, yeah.
No, it's not.
It is.
I have it up. Locking lid. But that's not what I was talking about for plastics.
No, I know you're talking about the disposable. People think it's like a life hack. And it is, because you don't have to clean the bowl. But like, seriously, the whole point of a crock pot is that it's just one bowl. You only have to do one bowl. And the liners, really you're literally cooking your meal in a shower cap. Like, it's really disgusting.
People really think that they've hacked life.
With the liner.
Meanwhile, life has hacked them.
No, and it's like, how lazy are you? Like, I'm lazy too. And the reason why I'm interested in a crock pot is because of its lazy nature, right? It's one dish.
I know so many toasters do this, and I know I'm like seriously directly affecting you because people tag me in their chilies all the time. Like, it's Jackie, like chili day. And a lot of people use the liners. And typically, I don't want to like yuck someone's yums, but I would actually urge you just to stop,
Wow.
It's like, I'm not even telling you to do something. I'm telling you to not do something.
Well, I don't know. If everybody's doing it, like, they must be onto something. Now I'm kind of intrigued.
No, it's a seriously crazy, crazy thing.
How are the stories today? And is there a story, the potential of a Rascal Flatts comeback? Is that a story?
No, because it's not a story yet. They like posted something very vague on Instagram saying like, and they come from all around for the
They
moment
put a song
when the
on their
lights
Instagram
go down.
post.
Yeah, and they scream, and it's a picture
and that is
them
one of their
stage.
songs that's like about their fans. It's all about like how much they love their fans.
And then it's like linked to the newsletter for updates.
Yes, sign up, to be the first to know. So there's something coming.
So yeah, I'm here and I'm sad, but like that is not the news yet.
No, and obviously we think that the news is going to be the farewell tour that we never got because of COVID is back on. The band is potentially permanently getting back together. I, due to my platform, got like a bunch of messages from people who work in country music, and some people were saying that...
Well, don't say what it is, but you heard what you thought
Why?
It was. Because they have this big announcement.
Oh, okay.
Like, let them have their special moment. But you could say, like, what you heard it is, it's like, it's not the comeback tour that we've all been waiting for. And
it's one performance.
It's a bit lackluster, yeah.
What I heard is that it's one performance. But what the hell do these people in my DMs know? Who's to say that they're not just, like, LARPing?
Yeah, but let the Rascals have their moment. Like, they have a whole, like, press
now
calendar.
you're getting defensive over the Rascals and silencing me.
They have a whole press calendar planned out, like, just for us to come in and ruin it? Because we have the connect?
Yeah, it's a dog-eat-dog industry, man. Like...
That's not a dog I want to eat.
It's a dog-eat-dog industry. I don't want to eat any dogs.
Me neither.
And that's what Lisa Vanderpump and I have in common.
Very true.
What else before we dive in?
I was just going to say, this is not a story, but something that we do need to discuss is like the official Matt and Abby Watchdog podcast. When you were talking about life hacking your crock pot, Matt and Abby are kind of going through it right now because they too thought they hacked life.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar, Matt and Abby is a TikTok couple that Jackie and I both have stumbled across and just sort of been mesmerized by, and they're going through like a bit of a scandal right now. Essentially what had happened was that Matt and Abby went on a cruise, okay, with their 2 children who are like 1 and 2 years old. They also went with like a bunch of other adults, like Matt's parents, Abby's parents, like their in-laws, things like that. And she shared an Instagram story, which I think she thought was like parent hack and like generally innocuous, ended up like seriously destroying her career. So she was saying how they've been really struggling because they've been sending their kids who are 1 and 2 to the kids camp, and the kids have been hating the kids camp, and they want to enjoy their cruise as adults, but their kids aren't happy being shirked at the camp. So she said, life hack, here's what we did to solve the problem if any of you are going through an issue similarly. And she said they've put their kids down a little bit earlier. Oh, and also just you need to know for context, on this cruise, they have 2 hotel rooms and the parents are sleeping separately.
Matt and Abby are sleeping separately.
Yeah, I said the parents.
Yeah, but it could be Matt and Abby's parents.
Let's be real. I'm talking about Matt and Abby. Matt and Abby are sleeping separately, and they each have 1 kid with them so that 1 kid doesn't like wake up and scream. And so they have 2 rooms, just so you need to know like the lay of the land.
Are they connecting rooms? I assume they're connecting.
They didn't specify.
Okay.
I would assume as well. So life hack Matt Abby posted, we decided to put the kids down early and head to dinner, just the 2 of us. But what we did, because the monitors, baby monitors, don't work on the cruise because of the Wi-Fi, if you like take them out of the room, she's like, we left the monitors on and then we FaceTimed the monitors from dinner. And immediately people were like, wait, you and your husband left your kids alone in separate hotel rooms to go to dinner with no supervision? And immediately people started talking. Now, I'm obviously not a parent. I feel like what they did, like, will I do? Probably not. I'm very like, scared, and I would never do that if you would let me babysit. Like,
yes.
Do I feel like sometimes people do this, like, secretly? Like, we all have like our parenting things, right? That like you never tell, like you and your co-sleeping. Like, I think that like people will, and I was like reading comments, people were like, yeah, like I run over to my neighbor's house and have a glass of wine, like with the monitor, my kid's in the other house, but he's fine. Like, I think that there are things that people do that they don't say out loud. And I learned this lesson as a content creator a little while ago, and I think it's high time Matt and Abby learned it. You don't have to share everything. Yeah. You really, really, really don't. And people were so quick to jump on them. They released a statement yesterday being like, we really appreciate everybody's concern for us, for our kids. But like, there was obviously an adult in the room when we left. We just liked the monitors because we wanted to see what was going on while we were at dinner. But like, there were other adults watching in the room.
Okay, well, it's good that they said that, even though it's like, doesn't sound like the truth, because wouldn't they have included that when they were first doing it? I have so many thoughts on this. First of all, I feel like Matt and Abby like thrive off of controversy, and like they probably like didn't expect this level of controversy, but like I think that they're able to make it work for them. It's a make it work
Jackie,
moment.
You have to watch Abby in the statement. Like, she was fucking pissed. Like, she was done. Like, I could just tell her disposition. She was like, what the fuck? Like, I could tell she was just like people questioning her parenting. Like, I could just read her face. She wanted to kill these people.
Oh, here they are. Okay. I'll watch it later. But yeah. I agree with you. Like, I would never do this. Like, I'm seriously would never. I don't know if that makes me crazy or not. But I do feel like some people would. They obviously wouldn't broadcast it on Instagram and be like proud of what they've done, but like we were even talking about that story of those parents who were staying at a hotel who left their kids sleeping, like brought the monitor with them on their phone and went downstairs and had dinner, and then unfortunately the father had a heart attack, and so it became aware to the authorities that there were kids upstairs sleeping alone.
Okay,
but,
can I ask you a question? Because for some reason the hotel one doesn't sound as bad. Maybe because like a hotel is more compact. Like, these cruise ships are huge.
Yeah.
But what's stopping somebody from taking your kids in a hotel and getting into a car and driving away? The thing with the cruise is that it's contained. I guess they could throw your kids overboard, like hypothetically. I'm just trying to think of like all potential dangers. Like, a cruise is self-contained. So like, really, okay, somebody could steal your kid for sure. Where are they going? Nowhere.
I know, but like people on cruises are seriously...
Like, no, cruise culture like really brings out the crazy.
But I didn't even think about that. Like, where could they go?
Right. So I think maybe that was a little bit of the thinking. Like, you feel a little bit more comfortable because your child can be kidnapped, but they can't go far.
And so you think the hotel one is crazier?
Like, it doesn't sound crazier to me.
What if the restaurant's by the exit?
Yeah, right. No, if you're in the lobby having dinner, like your kid has to pass you on the way out.
Unless they go out the back. Like, no, it's still, it's not good. But I feel like that couple would have never been found out if the husband didn't have a heart attack. And then they press charges against them for negligence.
And I just want to say, if you can afford to, be in a hotel and go to dinner, you can afford a sitter. And so many hotels like have a service. So there's really no excuse.
Yeah. I don't even want to like do like a sound off in the comments because I feel like people have all different
and
takes
everybody
on
does
this.
their things, right? That you just like sort of shush about.
Yeah.
The sharing.
I don't even know. And if you're trying to like go out, if it's the type of trip where you're wanting to like go out to dinner and this and that.
Leave your kids.
More than once, then it's not a trip for kids. And if it's once, then get a sitter.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, they said they did have a sitter, so that's
right. They had all the family with them and whatnot.
Right.
Matt and Abby, you done did it again.
The name on everybody's lips. You know who would never? Pookie and Jett.
I get my Matt and Abby news from the algorithm. Like, I expect when Matt and Abby do something newsworthy that the algorithm will show that to me.
And the algorithm never disappoints.
No, the algorithm failed me because I had no idea about this until you sent it to me.
Oh.
Literally, I still would have had no idea about it. That,
because you get things on Reels. You get things on Reels and there is a delay. And it's gotten better. I feel like the Reels TikTok delay used to be like 6 months. Now it's like a week, but this is all happening in the last 2-3 days.
I used to get Matt and Abby content, especially Abby, like seriously all the time. I would get, here's what's in my smoothie.
But it wasn't new.
A day in the life of eat. Oh, I guess. That's a good point. It's not like
this is all currently
in real
unfolding.
time. Understood. So that makes sense. Right now, Instagram, they wanted me to make sourdough. I made it. Now they want me to push my husband to like renovate our home with his own hands. Because I get targeted for all these videos. Like, I didn't like my laundry room, so here's what my husband did. I literally send it right to Zach.
So jealous of those women.
Yeah. If Instagram has like the power that I think it does, like Zach is about to start drilling. Drill, baby,
I love that.
drill.
Drill, baby, drill. Yeah, we don't. I don't have that. I know there are a lot of girls, especially girls who listen to the show, who have husbands like that, like really handy, electrician-y vibes. Like, obsessed. So happy for you. Your home's supposed to be beautiful.
And then every once in a while, Instagram throws me like a woman doing that to her house, like renovating it. I'm like, no.
I have a better chance of renovating my own house before Ben does.
I actually agree with that. Like, I'm itching to do a little something.
I know,
but like, I seriously can't. I was saying
that's
to
what we
Ben.
get.
I was saying to Ben, like, typically, like, if I want to learn, like, I can technically do anything if I just learn. Like you were saying about sewing. I was saying, like, eventually I might become a barber and cut my son's hairs and cut Zach's hair. He loves to get a haircut. Like, I could learn and I could cut hair.
Yeah, you wouldn't be, you couldn't, like, cut women's hair, but cutting men's hair is, like, seriously not hard.
I don't need to cut women's hair. Like, for the boys, I don't want to be going to the bar, because the question was, like, how often do you need a haircut as a man? And it's kind of frequent. It's like kind of a pain in the arse. So like if I could learn how to cut hair, cute. And I could learn, why couldn't I?
You could also just use a bowl.
I could just use a bowl.
Like all your sons and husband lined up in the kitchen for like mom's bowl cut.
All to say, I can't learn how to renovate my house, unfortunately.
Well, I'm in the same boat as you.
Womp, womp, womp.
I feel like we should dive in. We have a lot to get to today.
It's true. So without further ado, without the with got lost. Without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Caraway. Jackie in her sourdough era, me living with a celebrity chef. It's so important that we have the best of the best when it comes to cookware, when it comes to bakeware, pans. Now that I'm like seriously at the kosher grocer every single day, like I need the proper cookware to substantiate my purchases. And you guys know how much we love Caraway cookware. With their new enameled cast iron, it has been the perfect addition to our collection. Ben is obsessed. So Caraway came out with a cast iron. We have been making burgers, steaks. Literally, Ben set off the smoke alarm the other day. It is so fabulous because living in the city and not being able to have a grill is actually really annoying. And I love meat, and I love meat that has grill marks. So being able to like get BBQ vibes in my little apartment kitchen has been such a privilege. So their enameled cast iron collection offers a refreshing and modern take on traditional cast iron, designed for today's consumer and built to last for generation. The enamel surface provides a simplified cooking experience and eliminates the need for a pan, maintenance, or seasoning while delivering the high performance associated with traditional cast iron. Just like their other products, the enameled cast iron collection is free from PTFE, PFOA, and other harmful chemicals to ensure that your meals are safe and healthy. It's really been fabulous. I cannot recommend it enough. I pretty much leave it on my stove 24/7 because we use it every night for dinner. I've been eating a lot of burgers recently. It's non-toxic, as always, caraway. It's durable. It's really premium craftsmanship. Their 3-layer enameled cast iron offers superior strength, heat retention, and scratch resistance. It's built to last through countless meals. Visit carawayhome.com/toaster10 to see Caraway's enameled cast iron collection and take an additional 10% off your next purchase. That's carawayhome.com/toaster10 or code toaster10 at checkout. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Time and the Game Time app. They have a new feature on the Game Time app called Game Time Picks. That makes getting tickets for concerts even easier. So Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time sifting through thousands of tickets. Game Time, we all know, is one of our favorite places to buy tickets, and they constantly are adding new features just to make the ticket purchasing experience more premium. And I feel like in the last couple of years, like post-COVID, when everybody was buying so many tickets and stuff, like ticketing just became horrible. It became like a war zone to try and buy tickets. And with Game Time, like they're putting the customers first. I love their all-in pricing feature. It's just really easy, and they have, tickets for everything. Sports, comedy, theater, music, whatever you need. So they also offer seat views. You can get a panoramic view of your seat before you buy. They have the lowest price guarantee. They will credit you 110% of the difference if not. And the Game Time ticket coverage is your purchase being covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TOAST for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, you have to create an account and redeem our code TOAST for $20 off on the Game Time app. Download Game Time today. What is it? It's Game Time. Oh, they've got a new slogan. I liked lowest price, guaranteed. But I like this. What time is it? Game time. Love that. Today's episode is also brought to you by Rhoback. So the best way to describe Rhoback is the best fit and the best feel. They recently launched a women's line, and comfortable would be an understatement. If you like being comfortable while still looking cute while out and about during the day, Rhoback is for you. Rhoback has become a go-to for a lot of people, ourselves included, when it comes to cozy sets, joggers, crew necks. I love their active dresses. All summer I was wearing active dresses. Their active dress is made with their signature GTG technology. It allows you to keep your dress on when you're on the go, but also when you have to go to the bathroom. The fabric is really lightweight. It's breathable. It's just really comfortable. So it's super cute and functional at the same time. You feel comfortable, but you look presentable. That's really the Rhoback way. Like, you feel like you're wearing pajamas, but you look like totally presentable. Go to the grocery store, go run errands, get on an airplane, whatever it is. Their new Sunrise Active Shorts and their Hit Tech Tank are perfect for hot summer workouts. Both of their items are sweat wicking and made with fabric that allows you to move freely and feel extra comfortable while you exercise. The Active Skirt and Dress is also great if you love to pickleball. I've been wearing a lot of Rhoback during my pickleball games. So their Swift crew necks, the Tempo hoodies, super soft. That's what I feel like everybody knows Rhoback for. Their crew neck sets. They're so soft. It's literally one of the best materials. They pair well with all of their other products, like the shorts, the skirts, even the dress. So if you haven't already, it's now time to try out Rhoback. Use our code TOAST on Rhoback.com, and they're giving a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's Rhoback, RHOBACK.com. 20% off hoodies, joggers, crews, and more. Code TOAST. Stay comfortable this spring with Rhoback.
Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Our first story, Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution-related charges.
Prostitution whore.
So the charges come one day after the Southern District of New York announced that Combs was arrested by federal agents. Yes, he was arrested yesterday at a hotel in Manhattan, and then the charges came today, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Did they say what hotel?
Not in this article.
I'm just curious.
Speaking outside the federal courthouse in New York, his attorney vowed to fight like hell to get his client released and said the mogul was going to plead not guilty, obviously. In the indictment, which was unsealed Tuesday and obtained by People, prosecutors accused Combs of manipulating women into participating in highly, quote, highly orchestrated performances, which he called, quote, freak-offs. The freak-offs allegedly involved male sex workers. Prosecutors allege in the indictment that Combs would arrange to have women and sex workers fly to his location. Prosecutors allege that Combs ensured participation by giving them narcotics, holding sway over their careers, threatening to cut them off from financial support, and using violence and intimidation. Also related, when the feds raided his house back in March, they discovered 1,000 bottles of lubricant and 3 AR-15s, which both like, jive with
corroborate
the story. Yes, of these
You
freak
obviously
offs.
don't watch SVU.
Freak offs are what they called them.
Oh my God, what a fucking freak. Like, why? You're literally wealthy and good looking. Like, just like get a girlfriend like everybody else. Seriously,
because
there's
he's
no
sick and
excuse for this
twisted.
type of behavior. Like, you're disgusting. Literal jail
Yeah.
for you and everyone. Do you know how much how many people need to be involved in something like this? Like,
Well-
I want the whole rigmarole taken down. Like, there are so many people who are, the madam, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not handpicking the prostitutes. Like,
No, they in the indictment it says Combs and members of his Combs enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, and personal assistants, facilitated the freak-offs, which were wild gatherings that Diddy threw. They were filled with drugs and sex by booking hotel rooms and stocking them with supplies. The rooms were filled with controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. And then the staff was also instructed to clean the hotel rooms after the freak-offs to try to mitigate room damage. They would arrange travel for the victims, order IV fluids, and order large sums of cash for Combs to allegedly pay the commercial sex workers.
oh my God. Ew. Like, seriously, you're a freak. I hope, I don't know. I feel like the fact that he was able to get arrested without like any video footage being taken, and we haven't even seen a mugshot yet, have we?
No, because he was just... Oh, he was arrested yesterday. Yeah, I guess a mugshot should be forthcoming. And there was a picture of him actually like 30 minutes before his
At
arrest.
the park.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like he's already getting special treatment. No special treatment for people like this. Like, sorry, you're a freak. You get treated like one. I could just tell, like, they're already... I like, nothing's going to happen to him.
You think
can tell
so?
you can tell when like someone is getting treated like a civilian. Harvey Weinstein. Like, how many videos did we see of him getting taken out in handcuffs? Diddy's been in the news a lot. This, that. I haven't seen him once. He's being like protected. That's the vibe I get.
Oh, interesting. I guess we'll see based on what happens next. But I feel like the fact that he's been arrested and indicted, he's outside of protection at this point.
No, they have to arrest him. Like, there's literally such an overwhelming amount of
Right,
evidence.
but why did this whole investigation start to begin with?
I don't
He's
know,
been
like,
doing
what?
this for so long.
Right, like what was the crack
I don't know.
in the case? Oh my God, I feel really sick. 1,000 bottles of lubricant. Like, ew.
Seriously, a twisted, terrible individual.
Yeah, really disgusting and disgraceful.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story? Some more legal news, though. A total shift. in
Justin
legal
Timberlake?
news. No.
Did you see Justin Timberlake's like video?
I did.
So he was like required as a part of his sentencing. He got like a very light sentence for his DWI, but the judge required him to also make a PSA type of, video and discouraging anyone from drinking and driving, explaining the dangers. And while I obviously like support a message, like a PSA of drinking and driving and against it, this judge like obviously just wanted to embarrass Justin Timberlake because he's out here at the courthouse, like giving this really condescending, patronizing speech on DWI as if he's not the one literally walking out of a courthouse for a DUI charge. Like, why are you telling us not to drink and drive? We literally did it. You did.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake, when he speaks, it's like there's so much history in his voice. Don't you find? Like, I can't.
Oh my God. You
it's
mean like
he doesn't-
nostalgia?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't get older. And it's just like, it feels like I'm watching like an old movie. And it's like, why are you talking like in 2024?
No, I like that call. I like that call.
There's too much history there.
He like time traveled from 2007.
Exactly.
I know what you mean.
Anyways, our next bit of legal news is that Miley Cyrus is being sued for allegedly copying Bruno Mars on her Grammy-winning hit Flowers.
What?
Yes, but I must note immediately, Bruno is not suing her. It is the company that owns the song, Tempo.
Okay, but
Music
what song are they saying it
Investments.
sounds like?
Flowers sounds like When I Was Your Man, which it was inspired by that song, and she said that before. So this is what they say. She's being sued for copyright infringement after allegedly copying Bruno Mars in the creation of her Grammy-winning hit Flowers. Per documents obtained by TMZ, Tempo Music Investments claims Miley Cyrus's 2023 smash single shares many musical similarities to Mars's 2012 ballad When I Was Your Man. The investment platform, which claims to own a share of the copyright for Mars's track, alleges that the chorus, harmony, melody, chord progressions, and lyrics of Flowers were intentionally taken from Bruno's song. Bruno is not a plaintiff in the filing.
I feel like they need to create some sort of industry standard for what is considered copying and what is just considered like coincidence. Because when Ed Sheeran was going through this with Tom Petty, like he explained, he was doing press, like really advocating for himself. Like he's like, I did not copy. He was really advocating for like, there are only so many chords that can be made to like make up a popular song the way that music is made right now. And to say that it's copying when it's literally like we're all just using the same instruments and the same chords is so unfair. And then you get like someone gets labeled as like a copier. So I feel like there really needs to be a baseline. I don't know like the terms and the right like musical measurements, but I feel like like you should be able to share. I mean, so many songs share the same for the chord progression. And they don't even sound the same. So I feel like there should be some sort of industry baseline. Like this is considered copying and this is not.
Yeah, and I feel like that's different though. Like that's a separate issue of like there's only so many notes on the keyboard. But this feels a little bit opportunistic from this music company because one, they claim to own a share of the copyright. I think the person who owns the most of the song is Bruno Mars and his team. I think they just like see an opportunity because Miley had said like she was so inspired by When I Was Your Man. Like she's not even trying to hide it. Like a lot of songs are like written
rebuttals.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
So it's like it would be like Dolly Parton suing Cam.
Right, for Diane, which is like the other woman's perspective of Jolene. A lot of people like are inspired by other music and they write like a third person perspective on the matter. It's like a kind of beautiful way to songwrite. Also, I think they chose this specifically, one, because Miley like said it, but also because there are a couple of songs a year that are like making music these days like really doesn't make you a lot of money unless you get like a viral global hit. And Flowers was that. Like it was, you know, billions and billions and billions of streams.
Yeah, so I hope they don't win.
I hope they don't win either. The songs don't sound the same. And if they're saying that the message, like, are they saying that the song sounds?
Yes, they're saying the lyrics, chorus, harmony, melody, and chord progressions and lyrics. Like, and I do think like everything about the song was like influenced by When I Was Your Man. I also think that if this was an issue that like Bruno Mars would be like, if Bruno Mars has no problem with it, then everyone like sit down.
Then I have no problem with it.
Sit down. These are my two faves going at it. I don't think so.
It's so true. No, Bruno would never. I'm like obsessed with Bruno Mars. I feel like he needs to show off his personality a little bit more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like he does through his music and his performances.
Wait, speaking of, I need to talk about this. I'm so glad I just remembered. Anderson Cooper did a 60-minute segment on Dua Lipa. Okay? Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
And he brought up that article that I was just talking about the other day about how Dua Lipa has managed to have like pretty major mainstream success without a single personal reference in her music. Like her fans know nothing about her personal life, her personality. And he said, like, what do you say to the writers who criticize you for, you know, no personal references in your music? Which I thought was like a really good question. And she gave such a cutting response that was so clearly about Taylor Swift. She was like, they're just some artists who are so ruthless in their personal life. And they like, she was basically saying like exploiting your personal life for, you know, and dragging people who are part of your personal life, dragging them publicly for the sake of your own success. It was very clearly about Taylor Swift. I was surprised more people weren't talking about that.
I'm surprised she sat down for an interview considering like she doesn't speak.
Right, like that, the lack of personal references.
Right, the lack of personal references, except to criticize Israel. She'll always speak up for that.
I thought it was so strange, the whole saga, and how I also thought, like, if she's going to sit down for an interview, like 60 minutes in America, like, I didn't get it. The whole thing was kind of weird.
Yeah. Where did you even see the clip?
Twitter.
Okay, so the clip is circulating now?
the clip is circulating. Like, I saw it first on my own and I immediately was like, oh, that's a dig at Taylor Swift. And then it didn't blow up. And then yesterday, somebody quote tweeted it and it came up on my timeline being like, this is so clearly about Taylor Swift.
Right. And I feel like it doesn't answer the question because like plenty of artists like, share personal emotional anecdotes and we don't know the people in their personal life. Like literally, actually most artists, there's literally just the one who it has become a thing and we know the people, but everyone else just like sings songs and puts their heart and soul into it and we don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it was giving like you don't have a good answer, so you're just gonna drag Taylor Swift. Like, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, don't come for Miley is all I'm gonna say.
Or Taylor.
Or Taylor.
Yeah, and
especially
I always,
not in the name of Bruno Mars. Like that's sick stuff.
I also always do find these cases really interesting because every now and then somebody does win. Like Sam Smith lost and had to pay a significant amount of money to the Tom Petty estate. The Tom Petty estate is just kind of out here.
Like suing everyone because he got the chords before everyone else.
He did. By the way, he literally just like got the chords. But Stay With Me did really sound like a Tom Petty song. Like that one I heard. I didn't think that the Ed Sheeran one sounded familiar at all.
What was it and what Tom Petty song?
Okay,
I'll Google Ed Sheeran Tom Petty.
And the Sam Smith one was I Won't Back Down. Sorry, yeah.
Free Fallin'.
I won't back down.
Stay with me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Won't you stay with me?
Are you the great plagiarism debate.
And Jackie, Tom Petty is very much alive. I kept saying like his estate.
Oh, I mean, he can have an estate if he's alive.
He had given a statement to Rolling Stone when he beat Sam Smith. Most times you catch it before it gets out the studio door. But in this case, it got by. No hard feelings. These things happen.
Got it. Wait, I'm trying to find the Ed Sheeran one. Are you sure it was Tom Petty?
I'm not. Hold on.
So the song is Photograph. Is that not Look at This Photograph?
It's not. It's not.
And the other song
it was Thinking Out Loud. Oh, Marvin Gaye. Thinking Out Loud and Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. Those two songs did not sound even remotely similarly. And the court agreed with me because they ruled in favor of Ed Sheeran. And I remember Ed Sheeran was really upset about this case. He literally said, like, if he lost, he was going to quit music forever because he was going to be so discouraged. Not to be dramatic.
Wow.
That's literally me when someone accuses me of something. Like.
Also, was in a lawsuit over his song Photograph, and it was like meant to sound like a song called Amazing by like a smaller artist. I feel like that's worse when like someone says that you stole like a smaller artist's song and made it your own.
That is worse. That is worse. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Yikes, spikes. Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
A little relationship news and an inspiring couple to celebrate your 7th anniversary, though not without their trials and tribulations, apparently. So Ina Garten is detailing her separation from husband Jeffrey in her new memoir. By the way, her new memoir sounds juicy.
Okay, so not currently separated, but she's sharing that at one point they privately went through a separation.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Like if I just
that
give you
was
a heart
very
attack.
Misleading.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So in Ina's new book, she is talking about a separation that she experienced from Jeffrey when they were early in their relationship. So
okay, like this is a real clickbaity story.
Oh, well, her book,
like when they were 17?
Yeah, but not 17, but yeah, her new memoir is called Be Ready When the Luck Happens.
Worst name yet.
Agreed. I think just like colloquially, we should call it Memoirs of an Ina, if you're good with that. Memoirs of a Contessa?
Or like Barefoot Dreams, something. I don't know.
Anyways, it's excerpted in People magazine this week. But also, there was another excerpt, did you see it, a few weeks ago about her childhood, that she like actually had a very like abusive, like emotionally traumatic childhood and had like very cold, mean parents. And it's just like not what you would think. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. I'm not following the Ina memoirs discourse.
Memoir drop?
I'm not.
Well, she was working overtime running Barefoot Contessa, her specialty store, and Jeffrey expected a wife that would make dinner, she told People. There were certain roles that we played, and I found them really annoying. I felt that if I just hit the pause button, I would get his attention. At the time, she had quit her job in D.C., where she and Jeffrey both worked in the White House. People don't know that, but I know you do.
I had forgotten. Did she work there in a cooking capacity?
No.
Oh, okay.
But then
I didn't know if she was like the head chef for a president.
No, she
because
was,
like I'm getting elected as president. You could bring in like once a president comes in, they redo the whole place, right? Like interior design, they take over, make it their own home, and like you obviously have a chef. Like I want Ina.
Yeah, no, I wonder who was the president at the time, and like now they're probably like rats.
Right.
Anyway, so they moved to, they left DC to run Barefoot Contessa. He stayed in DC and came to the Hamptons on the weekends. She said, when I bought Barefoot Contessa, I shattered our traditional roles, took a baseball bat to them and left them in pieces. This is part of her memoir. While I was still cooking, cleaning, shopping, managing at the store, I was doing it as a businesswoman, not a wife. My responsibilities made it impossible for me to even think about anything else. There was no expectation about who got home from work first and what they should do because I never got home from work. When Jeffrey came on the weekends, he was a distraction. I didn't pay enough attention to him. I just wanted everyone to leave me alone so I could concentrate on the store. Jeffrey was fully formed and living the life he wanted to live. I wasn't, and I wouldn't be able to figure out who I was or what I wanted unless I was on my own. I needed that freedom. She contemplated a divorce, but instead asked for a separation.
This book sounds dreadful. Like usually you release excerpts to like build up hype for your book, and you take the juiciest parts. Like literally, you send to People magazine the juiciest parts of your book if you're a celebrity, and this is the juiciest part that like a million years ago they took like a 3-day break. Who fucking cares? Literally, this memoir sounds horrible.
They're like an institution. Who would have thought that they had any troubles?
Everyone has troubles.
But literally. I do think it's weird that like at one point in their marriage they were living like completely separate lives while still being married, like before even the separation.
Jackie, like, there are a lot of things that are weird about Jeffrey and Ina's marriage. Like I think we all look at it and we're like, there's something weird going on.
What?
But this is what she's sharing. This is why it's weird. No, I'm telling you, this book sounds like propaganda.
Oh my God, not the Ina slander.
Sorry, I call it as I see it.
What's weird about their marriage?
Maloney.
You don't think they're a power couple?
Like, you guys know.
No, Claudia, I seriously don't. We'll have to talk offline then.
It's weird. First of all, like they never lived together. He's like always off at Yale with the boys. Like, it's weird.
Damn.
Or Princeton, wherever it is that he teaches. Like, is it normal to live completely separate from your husband for like 30 years? No.
Maybe that's the key to success.
That's not a marriage.
No, that is so crazy. I guess I never thought that they don't live together.
Every time on her show, Barefoot Contessa, Jeffrey's home for the weekend.
Yeah, no, you're right, because he's a professor.
Right. And it's just weird. Like she picked up her life and moved to the Hamptons. Like he never came.
Wow. Okay.
Her primary residence is his second vacation home.
What's his first?
Princeton.
Princeton.
Like the Ina memoir drop does, in my opinion, is not going well.
Wow. I thought it was like, I feel like she could do no wrong. I can't believe like there's an Ina hater in the world. I didn't see it.
I'm not, by the way, I like how I'm critical of Ina and suddenly I'm an Ina hater.
No, but I feel like people like are blindly loyal to Ina. Like seriously.
She's kind of like the Dua Lipa of the Food Network. Like she gives nothing personal. She's like, I'm inviting you into my home, Jeffrey. But the thing is, we know nothing about Ina. And based on the excerpt you just read to me, we're not learning more about her from her memoir.
Wow. Well, I have my own beef with Ina. I bought her cookbook called Go To Dinners because I just wanted a cookbook of all dinners. Because every other cookbook has like appetizers, cocktails, breakfast, like everything. And the book was categorized into like breakfast for dinner, small dinners.
You're kidding. Snacks for dinner.
Breakfast for dinner, small dinners, lunch, and dinner.
That's once
nerve.
Again, like Ina being deceptive. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I didn't expect this to turn into an expose.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm going to put in a request. Like, I don't want to hear any more about Ina's book.
What if I read it? I don't think I will. I might have at another time, but I'm so behind on my books. Like, it's crazy.
If you
I'm in like 3 book clubs and I can't keep up.
Thank heavens you have an actual podcast to talk about your books. And if you're going to read Ina's memoir, like, please save it for the redheads.
But it's a celebrity memoir. It's kind of crossover.
It's not. Not based on what I'm hearing. It's not even remotely juicy.
Wow.
That's the big excerpt they sent to People Mag.
Are you ready for our next story?
Mm-hmm.
Kacey Musgraves has teamed up with Reformation on a thoughtfully crafted collection, and it's selling out fast. So Kacey Musgraves is doing kind of like a perfect collab for Miss Kacey Musgraves.
She's also, I feel, like laid dormant for a bit, but I do think, and even her album, I feel like sort of passed everyone by. She's on this tour now that's making a lot of waves. I feel like she's coming back into the fold, mostly because she's doing covers that people are obsessed with. Like she did a Chapel Roan, she did a SZA, and now her covers, the part of her show where she does covers is becoming like a highly anticipated, very much like secret songs,
like
you
Kelly
know?
Clarkson.
Oh, sure, yeah, karaoke.
Yeah, but Kelly was doing that at her concerts before karaoke. That's what inspired karaoke.
But it wasn't making waves, unfortunately.
Within the Kelly community, it was.
Right, but in a global sense, Kacey Musgraves' covers are like becoming highly anticipated, like the surprise songs for Taylor.
Good for her. Well, her creative well isn't running dry anytime soon. Ahead of her tour, she dipped a toe into her fashion design, partnering with Reformation on a fall-ready collection. So Reformation is like a women's brand, like really cute cottage.
They've been around for a while, yeah.
Clothing, very feminine, honestly very Kacey. It's not like they do collabs like this. So
well, they just did Monica Lewinsky, vote.org.
Right. I forgot about that. And
I
want to stay
forgot.
forgetting.
That was a crazy thing.
So they pivoted for this collection to do something a little swirly and, you know, just cute. And it's super cute and really like great for Kacey and great for Ref, as the kids call it.
Yeah, she has amazing style, Kacey. Like she's always like one of my best dressed for every award show, Met Gala. And she's like in the fashion scene. She's been going to the Met Gala for a couple of years now. So I feel like this was a natural next step, and love that it's like an accessible brand. It's not like, you know, Fendi.
Yeah. And you could like, it's really cute stuff. I'm just taking a look if I need to snag anything.
I found a deeper well.
Go Kacey.
Go Kacey.
Go Kacey, go. Are you ready for our fifth and final story, which is answering a question that we've asked a couple times in the last few years? Where is Noah Centineo?
Oh, I haven't asked that question, but others have, yeah.
We've been asking it in a professional sense, but also in a personal life sense. But Noah Centineo has like 5 girlfriends right now.
I know, and it's like he's also paying Dumois to like talk about him.
Yeah.
By the way, nobody would have seen Noah Centineo's the 7 girlfriends of Noah Centineo if Dumois wasn't like a paid endorser of Noah Centineo. It's the weirdest thing.
It's the weirdest thing because like when you
I
Google
need to know what the relation between Dumois and Noah Centineo is. Because there was a time like, yeah, maybe we all needed to know who Noah Centineo was dating, paparazzi following him around. The time is not now.
No, but he's back out in the world. He's spotted with a few young starlets.
Like 4 different ones over the course of 4 different days.
I think there was like one he went to lunch and then
2
dinner.
in one night. It was giving that episode of Sex and the City where Charlotte has like 2 dates. She meets someone for coffee and then dinner. And then she runs into the guy. Yeah, like
maybe he's
so
ready
weird.
to settle down. He's taking an aggressive approach.
He's taking an aggressive approach to finding a wife.
I like it, even though I feel like he's, you know, getting papped isn't going to help you find a wife.
And it's not making you look like desirable.
Yeah. It's just like win a date with Noah Centineo.
Literally the 7 girlfriends of Noah Centineo.
In 1 week. And then we'll probably never hear from him again.
Stas was one of them. I don't ship. I just want to say I don't ship.
Stas was one of them. I did not ship. Why don't you ship?
I think like Stas can do better.
Wasn't she dating someone? Did they break up?
The TikToker.
Good.
I guess they did.
Good.
I don't know. I just feel like when you're Kylie's best friend, like Noah Centineo is what? Do you know what I mean? Like for a minute, he was everything to me, and he was everything to a lot of us. And now he's what? Nothing. Like Stas is everything. I think she's settling.
Yeah, but it was only the 1 date.
Yeah, and I actually think like that one I read the photo. Like if the photo says 1,000 words, it was reading his friendship.
You thought so? I don't know. She was like wearing I guess she was wearing like blue jeans. That's not really like a date look.
Who do we ship Stas with?
Oh, well, she is on the list. You know that.
She runs in like a really fabulous circle.
Let me check the list. I love how she uses her celebrity to like meet guys and go on dates.
She's so relatable. Like, okay, I'm running in this fabulous circle. How am I going to leverage it? She's become a content creator, and I think she makes a really, really good living from that. I would do the same. She's friends with Kylie, and like will do like her. That's her priority. She'll drop everything. I would do the same. Like, she really is one of us.
Yeah. And I guess she wanted to go out with Noah Centineo, so she did.
Right. That's kind of where she loses me. I wouldn't use my celebrity to go out with Noah Centineo, but
I don't have anyone on the list for her, but maybe Lil Mosey.
Maybe Lil Mosey. The funny thing is, as much as we talk about Lil Mosey, if Lil Mosey came up to you on the street and like seriously slapped you in the face, you would have no idea who he is.
Let me see. I just think of him as like Moises Arias.
Oh, that's so funny. I think of him as, who was that little rapper that like Tana Mojo dated? Hold on. You guys are going to know what I'm talking about.
Lil Mosey's he's 22, so he's a little young for Stas.
Let me see what he looks like. Mosey with an S. I thought it was with a Z.
Lil
like
Xan.
By the way, Lil Xan, that's what I was thinking of. By the way, Lil Mosey's like very good looking. That's not at all what I thought he was going to look like. I thought he was going to look like strung out, like Lil Xan.
Lil Xan.
Like Lil Xan is crazy looking.
And Lil Xan dated Noah Cyrus too, right?
Yes, I see Lil Xan and all I think is, where are his parents?
Big Xans?
Where in the world is Big Xan? Oh my God, that's funny.
This is a rabbit hole I want to come back out of.
I mean, this is a rabbit hole I seriously, I never asked to be a part of.
I don't want like my Instagram serving me like Lil Xan content. I hope my phone didn't hear me.
Literally.
Those are the Fast 5 stories.
And what's so great,
you needed to know,
is the show is far from over. We've got Pookie and Jett coming up, and Pookie and Jett are brought to you by IQ Bar. So I love IQ bars. I'm very much in my bar era. Like, being busy, you need to have bars. But you also need bars that like make you feel good and that taste good and that are good for you. And I love IQ bars. Fall has never tasted this good. The limited edition pumpkin spice flavors from IQ Bar are back in action. Get them now before they're gone while supplies last. So IQ bars are protein packed. They're mood lifting hydration sticks, and their brain boosting coffee will keep you focused all day long. Everything from IQ Bar is ultra clean, ultra functional, low sugar, delicious. So you can refuel in a way that's smarter, better for you. You can hydrate harder, energize larger, all with IQ Bar. They've just become a brand, I feel now, like once you get involved with, it's just a slippery slope. You start with a bar, you end with the hydration. Like, once you get involved, you're just going to end up loving all of their products. I love their bars. At the studio at my house, we always just have bars. I feel like bars are keeping me alive for some periods of my life, especially when I'm really busy, and having one on hand when you've got a really busy day. But I feel like there are a lot of bars. A lot of them are just like filled with crap. IQ bars are just really well made. Their ingredients are really good. They're full of protein. So you can start your day right with brain and body boosting bars. The hydration mixes, mushroom coffees. Their ultimate starter sampler pack includes all three of their best selling products. And right now IQ Bar is offering the Toast listeners an exclusive deal. You're going to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Only when you text TOAST to 64,000. So right now IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Only when you text TOAST to 64,000. Text TOAST to 64,000. Today's episode is brought to you also by Noble, a training brand created to support you in your daily pursuit to be your best self. So whether it's day one of your fitness journey or day 1,000, Noble invites you to get moving and find a pair of footwear that works for you. So Noble is footwear options that work anywhere and for any life stages that you're currently in. So whether you're new to the gym, training for a run, you've been running for years. So they embrace a no bullshit approach to wellness at Noble. So it doesn't matter what that looks like. Noble is going to encourage you to strive for just 1% better every day. Girly swirly summer officially being over. We are recommitting ourselves to Gargy Parchy Fall. And an integral part of Gargy Parchy Fall is Noble. We love their sneakers. Our husbands love their sneakers. They're also cool. I feel like, do you feel like everybody's talking about Noble right now?
I do.
Or just
I'm
us?
seeing it everywhere, us, but everyone too.
It's like all over social. It's like a very cool brand. I'm honored to be working with them.
Me as well. Thank you, Noble.
Their sneakers are also really fabulous. So I have like so many sneakers now because I feel like I have daytime sneakers. I have workout sneakers. I also have running sneakers. Like, I have different sneakers I never thought I'd be that person. And Noble like fits seamlessly into my routine. So the Noble journey takes you where you need to go, whether you're just getting started or you're training for a race day. Any distance, any speed, any frequency. Also, the Noble Drive is the perfect hybrid shoe. If you're doing cardio, going for a quick run, training in the gym, it's really versatile for any and every workout. And then their Noble All Day is your anywhere, everyday type of shoe, a breathable shoe with unmatched comfort. If you just want to be comfy throughout the day, you're not necessarily like being really active, but you're just, not wanting your back and legs to hurt. So exclusively for Toasters, Noble is offering 30% off your order when you visit nobleproject.com. Use our code TOAST30. That's NOBULL project.com, code TOAST30. toast30. Today's episode is also brought to you by Hill House Home. You guys probably know Hill House Home and the brand because they invented the viral nap dress, their most flattering and comfortable dress. I feel like when it hit the scene, like the girls were not okay. The girls were changed forever. And they've really developed such a great brand beyond the nap dress. Now their dresses are still amazing. I feel like they release new ones that go viral every single season and I love them. But a lot of people are sleeping on their other products, like their robe, life-changing. Pajamas, life-changing. They have a ton of fun monogram options too. So you can get a classic 3-letter monogram or embroider your full name. Like I have a robe that says Turdy on it. Like it's literally my pride and joy. I wear it all the time and it's the best robe. Their pajamas, their bathrobes are super soft, great for like those getting ready moments. Their pajamas are made from the same cotton as their baby onesies. So you will sleep like a baby. They also have products for people of all ages. So they have baby and kids if you want like a matching moment with your baby, or that makes a really good baby gift for someone. They have the cutest little robes for babies, onesies, PJs. The other exciting Hill House news to share is that several of the toasters on staff have convinced the bosses to up our code. So we had a 15% off code, but now it's 20% off because you guys loved it. So you heard it here first. Our code is now TOAST20, TOAST 20, and it'll get you 20% off. They released the cutest stuff for fall. I just got like the cutest set with like a skirt and a jacket. It's like very chic. So get 20% off your order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com. Our code is TOAST20. Again, that's TOAST20 for 20% off your order at hillhousehome.com. Thank you, Jax. Thank you, Hill House. Thank you to everyone. Now enjoy this very special interview with Pookie and Jett. We loved having them on. You can watch it. If you're watching on YouTube, just keep watching. It's coming up right now. And if you're listening as a podcast, don't go anywhere. You don't have to touch a thing. It's coming up right now. So
stay sat.
Without further ado, we introduce to you Pookie and Jett. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and we love you.
Love ya. Bye.
Welcome back to The Toast. We are so excited for today's episode, you guys. I have recently, I want to say, and tell me if I'm overstepping, become like family with internet superstars, viral couple. You may know them as Pookie and Jett. Her friends call her Campbell. Campbell and Jett, welcome to The Toast.
Oh, thank you.
For having
Yeah, we had a
us.
blast with you guys at the Boulevard the other night.
You too. I have to say, watching your meteoric rise on social media was such a joy. Finding out you were a toaster, just cherry on top. And then getting to meet you guys and really seeing how you are so similar. Like I think exactly what people would expect you to be like in real life is what you are. And that's not always the case with people who have that sort of viral success. So that's been such a delight to see.
Yeah, I mean, our authentic love is the rocket fuel that makes it go. I mean, exactly what we show on social media is what we've been like for the last 10 years.
So I am obviously familiar. There are people who listen to the show who don't have TikTok, which is so crazy. One of them is our host.
There are
dear
people who
Jackie.
host the show. However, I am familiar.
She is familiar.
Quite familiar.
But for those who may not, you had this insane viral moment at the beginning of this year. You've been making content for many years.
Yes.
On TikTok. You and your husband make videos together, sharing your outfits, and he is kind of like your biggest fan, big hype man. And one of your videos went so viral, and it was kind of just like this campaign that launched people being obsessed with you. Can you walk us through like exactly how it happened? Like from that one video, Pookie's looking absolutely fire tonight.
It is so crazy. It's still crazy that it's like we get stopped all the time and people are like, we love you. And I'm like, me?
Yeah.
Like it is just the craziest thing. We're so grateful. And I think just being able to put our love out there means everything. But yeah, it was back in December.
It was December of
when
last year.
We kind of like we started posting together more. Jett has always been in my content a little bit.
On her Instagram stories.
Yeah,
Right.
mainly on Instagram stories, which, you know, expire and you can't really reach new people. But I was like, babe, like, people love this. Like, we need to get you on the feed. Like,
Yeah.
we need to make this permanent. We need to post on
1000%.
TikTok. And so last fall, we started posting on TikTok, and I didn't have to tell him to do anything because he's literally just being himself.
You're such a star.
Yeah, I'm the backup dancer. I don't have to do much because
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that changed was she was really like an OG Instagram girl doing all photos for years. And I mean, she had an agent. She was making a good living. I mean, it was a real business already. But it was mostly photo-based and it was mostly Instagram-based. And it was mostly her by herself. Then in the fall of last year, we switched to doing mostly video, doing it mostly together instead of just her. And I mean, it took off pretty much immediately from when we made that switch. And by December, we knew our life had changed forever.
And you guys actually got to a level where something that had been quoted in your video became a part of popular culture. You know,
Right.
Reese Witherspoon said Pookie's looking absolutely fire tonight. I believe Jimmy Fallon said it too. I can't even, like, first of all, I'm so jealous, so happy for you, so jealous. How does that, how do you experience it, right? Like all this is something you're not doing anything new, but all of a sudden everyone is listening. How do you even grapple with that?
I mean, we've gotten used to it. It's just become our new normal. But yeah, I mean, like, for example, one night we were in New York, early on when the explosion was happening. I think it was Fashion Week in February. We get back to the hotel room, and like that night, Sylvester Stallone had just recreated one of our videos.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's just our new normal. Like, stuff like that happens all the time. And I don't know, we're just so grateful for it.
It doesn't, it's not, he takes it better than I do. I'm just like, oh no, like I am constantly, I'm like the most paranoid person. So I'm just like, oh my God, like this, it can't be me, like type thing. Like I'm very humble and I'm very grateful, but it is so surreal. It's like the most surreal feeling to think that people want to be like you, or when someone says that you inspire me, it's just like, that is the best thing that you could possibly hear from someone.
That's the number one thing they say, actually. When we were out in public in any hotel lobby, restaurant, walking down the sidewalk, we meet all these different followers. I mean, you saw the way it was like at Polo Bar. All these people come up to us constantly. And that's actually one of the best parts of it, because they say the nicest things, such as we inspire them to find the type of love that we have. Or if they're already in a relationship, they'll say we give them hope to build the type of love we have in their pre-existing relationship. We have people cry. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we had a girl crying so much, she was shaking. And her parents then started crying with her, because she was with her parents, and she was like 18 years old.
But you know what? And I think, Jackie, remind me if I'm correct, when you guys had went viral, what we had said on the podcast, I think Jackie said this was like, it's really so fabulous that you guys are getting popular and people are looking up to a relationship that, you have so much respect for your wife. You respect the business that she built. You hype her up so much. I think that's the type of, and Jackie, remind me exactly what you said, but that's really the type of examples I think young people should be looking up to.
I think they're great examples. And I think virality in general, it's like, a product of modernity, but you guys really hold up like traditional values and so many things that people should aspire to. So I think like you guys doing your thing, which is just like online in such a modern space, it's a really nice dichotomy, but you bring that into like the digital space, and it's really nice to see, because we don't see so much of that all the time. But I think you guys are such good role models. And do you recognize about yourself and like take that seriously? I imagine that you do.
Absolutely, very seriously. We're trying to put love in the world. We're trying to put positivity in the world. We're trying to put family values into the world. And everyone gets that. Like, that's what they all say when they come up and meet them. And also when we meet not just fans, but when we meet our peers in industry, just like yourself or Ben, like you guys, Jackie, like you get that. It's been consistent. Really, every time we've met like a social media peer, they all say that. And they say that they appreciate that we are, a beacon of positivity in a social media landscape that desperately needs that. And frankly, in a world that needs it.
1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, people tell us that like seeing our video made their day. And just that, like, will literally bring you to tears.
Of
You're
course.
like, how could I make your day? How could we, saying that, like, showing our love makes someone's day? It's because it really is like it gives you hope, it gives you joy.
It does. I think for a lot of women, they look up and really want to find someone who has respect for them, who wants to be a provider and be a good husband and, congratulations, father one day. Like, I think that you guys are so unique in that. There are couples, obviously, that everybody knows and likes, but you guys really have this very beautiful love. And I have to say, I want to get into like your whole love story, because I had heard about it in person and I think it's really interesting. But I think so much of your success and the intrigue around you is, I can say with the utmost confidence, Jett, I have never met someone like you. You are...
Well, I've never met someone like you either.
Thank you. You are so unique. And I was trying to explain to Jackie, she was like, what were they like? And I'm like, Jett, you really feel like you're from another time period. And you say things that I've never heard anyone say. Like when we were having cocktails, you had this gorgeous drink, we cheers, and you said, let the good times roll. And
that's one of my life sayings. I say it all the time.
I love that. Yeah. It's such an underrated saying.
Yeah. I mean, the world could go so sideways tomorrow. We have to enjoy it while we can, all of us. Yeah.
So tell me like how you became to be the person that you are, how you grew up. You're very confident. You're very respectful. You're just really an anomaly to a lot of people.
Yeah, so I mean, I was born in Atlanta, but I grew up in a small town called Rome, Georgia, in northwest Georgia. Come from a middle-class family. Campbell also comes from a small town, middle-class family in southern Illinois. But yeah, for me, I grew up in North Georgia, went to University of Georgia for undergrad, had a kind of a quintessential SEC college experience. It was awesome.
Very quintessential.
I was extremely academic back then. I was valedictorian in my high school, I was valedictorian of Georgia.
Wow.
So back then I had a great time in college, but I was also very, very serious academically.
Yeah.
And then right out of undergrad, I got my MBA at Wharton, I got my law degree at UPenn. That's when I met Campbell. It was about halfway through that 3-year JD MBA program, and it was love at first sight, just like what we portray on social media. it's exactly the way it was. I mean, I just walked into the prettiest girl at a wine bar in Philadelphia, introduced myself, and 6 months later, bought the ring, and we just had this
Wow.
unbelievable fairy tale together for the last 10 years. I mean, I actually call my life BC before Campbell. I mean, it really is like 10 lifetimes ago. Like Campbell and I just, since we've been together, have been through many different lifetimes in the last 10 years or so. But yeah, all that before that was before Campbell. Yeah, we're just so lucky and so grateful for each other and always have been.
I remember when you guys were going viral and there was a lot of intrigue around like who's Jett, and people had started to infiltrate your LinkedIn and they were sharing screenshots of the fact that you were so educated, right? You have undergraduate, you have a law degree, you got an MBA from Wharton, the best business school in the country. And people were like, that's the exact type of, I think those are values and things that like people don't necessarily think of. Like when I went on husband, like that's not what they think of. But I think it really inspired a lot of people to sort of get back to basics, like and things like having an amazing job and you have your own business. Like you really are, and this is one of my favorite phrases, and I mean it. Like not like I always say, I'm not like other girls. You are really not like other men.
Well, I suppose. Again, I think you're an unbelievably unique person as well.
Yeah,
and certainly we're going to have a lot of fun together. And Ben is extremely unique also.
Well, we said on the podcast today that you are the non-Jewish version of Ben.
If Ben grew up in the South.
If Ben grew up in the
Yes.
South, it would be Jett.
Yeah, Ben and I hit it off, no doubt. I mean, it's so funny that at dinner the other night, like he and I almost ended up having our own dinner, then you guys almost had your own dinner, even though we were at one table.
We spent half the dinner just watching you guys because you're just sort of oozing with personality.
Well, as are you. Come on.
Well, of course. Now tell
Whereas
me,
Pookie's more shy and reserved.
Yeah, I am. He carries the team on that front.
do you feel like you're shy or you're just like, because I didn't get the vibe that you were shy at all. I just got the vibe that you are.
She's very demure.
Like exactly. Like you keep to yourself. Like you have a lot to say, but you're not going to offer it up on a plate for just anyone.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that one of the reasons why like our relationship works so well is because we really do both. Like I let him be him and he lets me be me, and I love your qualities and you love my qualities, and we truly balance each other out. Like we don't compete. Like we are just the most supportive people for one another, and we both have big dreams and aspirations, but he is my biggest fan and I'm his biggest fan, and that's kind of what makes this work. And I think everyone should I want everyone to find the love that we have. That's like my biggest goal for humanity, is to find love. It's just like the greatest thing in the world.
And I think
But
also when people see your content, they realize it exists, because everybody like wants a fairy tale relationship. But then when you don't see it every day, you're like, oh, that's just in fairy tales. And I think that's why so many people like hold on to what they see you guys put out, because they're like, oh my God, this is real and I could find it and it could happen.
Totally.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's all you want. Like being truly loved is the best thing in the world.
Right.
And yeah, I'm just, even like every day, I'm just like, how did I get so lucky? But I think you also have to be confident in yourself to know that you deserve that. Like you do deserve to be
1000%.
loved. And if you don't feel that way, then you should. And it's hard though. Like not.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said for 10 years that we thought it was divine intervention, that how we met. I mean, the fact that.
Tell us the story.
Yeah, so again, she's an Ole Miss girl from a small town in Southern Illinois. She was a flight attendant based in Philly when I was in grad school, and I literally just walked up at the prettiest girl at a wine bar called Trio Wine Bar. We just went back about a month ago, actually, and I just saw her and was like, wow, okay, yeah, that looks like what I'm looking for. So walked right up to her. I don't know what I said. Cheesy pickup lines don't get you anywhere. I just introduced myself, and yeah, 6 months later, I bought the ring. 10 months later, we were engaged. And then here about 10 years later, we're happily married, first baby on the way. God willing, we'll have more. But yeah, we do believe it was divine intervention that put us together, because really it's so unlikely that a guy from a small town in Georgia and a girl from a small town in Southern Illinois would end up in Philadelphia at the same time.
So true.
Yeah.
Where were you living at the time, Campbell? Were you in Philadelphia living there?
I was living in West Philadelphia, literally.
Like
Born
Fresh
and raised.
Prince of Bel-Air
Fresh Prince
opening
of
scene,
Bel-Air.
like in the intro to Fresh Prince, where he
That
says,
is so
West
funny.
Philadelphia, born and raised, and you
Right.
have like the footage of like all the chaos and crime. I mean, she was living in West Philadelphia.
What was your
Yeah.
first impression of him? This guy comes up to you. It's obviously well dressed. You don't remember what you said, but do you remember what your impression of him was?
Well, he did have a black eye.
That's true. I had a black eye.
But I thought he was really cute. I found out eventually, like, he played rugby. That's how he got the black eye.
Oh, interesting. So many layers.
Yeah, no, I thought he was really cute, but we actually didn't, like, we did have like a rough patch. Like,
Did
it
you?
wasn't all like
We once broke up for
rainbows
6
and
hours.
butterflies.
6
Yeah,
hours.
we,
Were they
at a wedding
agonizing?
at the Notre Dame Basilica, actually.
Oh, the Basilica.
So yeah, one of my, well, it was actually at the reception, but the wedding had literally been in the Notre Dame Basilica. One of my Wharton buddies was getting married. This was only a few months in. It's the only
Yeah.
time we ever broke up, and then we literally broke up at that reception in front of like 300 people. And then the next morning, everyone was like, "Y'all got back together, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both knew that we wanted it to work so badly. And he was really like trying hard to like make everything perfect. And
so was
to-
she. We were
I
both
was
trying too
We
hard.
were kind of like not butting heads, but almost just like, this is it.
like trying too hard
We
almost.
weren't
Yes,
relaxing
we
and
weren't
being our
relaxing.
normal selves.
Yeah.
And then we had this. It's like this moment where we kind of needed to have like a fight.
Breakthrough.
Yeah.
Come to Jesus
And,
moment.
and literally from that moment onward, it's just been magic
Yeah.
the whole time. And you want to be with somebody where you can be your totally authentic self all the time. And that's exactly what we have. And that was the night where that really started happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do, especially we were young. Like I was only 23
and I was
Yeah.
when
25.
we met. And I had like a couple serious relationships, but nothing. You joked that you had to like teach me we were being a taxi and I would be like on this side and he would be on this side and he'd be like, no, you need to sit next to me and like we need to hold a hand.
Yeah, I mean, Campbell had never been in love before, so she'd never had a real relationship before, so she literally just didn't know how to be a girlfriend. It was crazy to me.
Or I like wanted to show my affection, but I didn't really know how, or like
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that girl that was just like,
Right.
I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with you.
Yep.
So I just kind of
Yeah.
did the least. Like I didn't text him back, or
Yeah, she would
I-
strategically
Very
wait.
smart.
She would
Yeah.
strategically wait like a couple hours, and it's like, hey, I'm a busy guy. I've got things to do. Like I need to be able to make plans. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And so we went through that kind of awkward, kind of games stage the first couple of months. Then had the 6-hour breakup at the wedding, and from there it's been bliss. It really has.
Now, with this new life you guys have, you've always done content creation. You said you were making a living, totally fine doing that before. Obviously, now it's on another level. And I know that you still work and have your own job, but I imagine your background in business, like you literally said, went to Wharton, has been immensely helpful during this time, trying to feel like, especially I think at the beginning of the year when it was really going viral. I'm sure every brand, every show, every podcast. Were you integral in navigating that? Do you guys work together on your business?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes.
No, we're a total team, 100%. I mean, the first thing we had to do was build a team around us, right? Like one of the first things you learn in business is you're only as good as your team. So all these different agents, managers, lawyers, PR people from, mostly from Beverly Hills, Hollywood area, were just reaching out to us like vultures. I mean, literally the vultures started circling instantly as soon as the explosion happened. And so we spent like 2 weeks interviewing basically every agent, every manager, every lawyer, then ultimately, built our team, and we continued to grow the team from there. And then we have a lot of exciting things that are happening. We're going to be launching our own merch soon, which we hope to become a standalone fashion brand. Already know the name of it and all that, and trademarks have already been submitted and everything.
So don't even try.
We won't break that. I don't
course.
think on the toast. But yeah, that's coming, and that's
It's been
really
a long,
exciting.
Yeah, it's been a long time
Coming.
coming, which we definitely could not have done it without each other.
Of course.
We have both like different skill sets, but I definitely lean on him to give.
I mean, it's like having Wharton. Like if I had someone living with me who went to Wharton, I would ask them 1,000 questions a day.
Yeah, I'm constantly finding out new facts. Jett has like a literally encyclopedia.
Well, you and I talked about this at dinner, and I really commended you because there are a lot of people who have huge moments, right, on social media, TikTok specifically. I feel like there's always something happening, and when you're at that peak, what you do at that peak will set you up for the next 5, 10, however long it could be, years. And I feel like you really did such a good job of making that moment last and setting yourself up because you're such a great content creator. I think just as a girl, your outfits are fire. You're so good with the affiliates and linking and premium content. And I think that you really used that stage that you were given and that platform you were given so well to really set yourself up to have a flourishing business for many years. And so I really commend you for that because I think it's hard at that level. There's a lot of pressure when it's happening. You're this isn't going to last forever. How do I make the most of it? And I'm was that a conscious choice of yours? Did you say a lot of people would launch a podcast, do a million things, but you stuck with what you were doing, which was content creation. I feel like it really paid off for you.
It did, for sure. Yeah, there's so many different avenues you can go down, but I think just honestly, having built the following that I built before all of this happened, I'm so grateful for the girls that have been with me literally for years. And there's so many of them, and I love you guys. But they are like, they shop. They want to, they want to know what you're wearing. They're asking for where's something from. And I just have such a good base of women that follow me. And I try to like cater to them and like what they want to see. But also just staying true to yourself. Like we really
authenticity is the key.
Yeah.
We just wanted to put our love out there. I think that's still what we want to do. And we don't have all the answers. But yeah, we have big aspirations and big dreams, but we don't really know where that's going to take us. Like what we do know is like we have each other and we have this love that we want to put out there. Like we want to make a difference in the world. That sounds so cliche.
No,
like,
it's beautiful.
World peace. Like, but no, we really do we really do want that. And we want
we want to be a source of love and positivity for people. And we want to show people
like
what a relationship
the fame
can
and
be and should
the
be.
money like
is nice.
It's nice, but honestly, like the best thing about what we do is like when people really do say like, you have given me hope, or you've given me this inspiration for a better life, or to find love. And that's what we want for everyone. So I think just leaning into that is like the best thing we could possibly do.
Jackie, I know you have like a bunch of mama pregnancy questions. I'm gonna let you get to that. So before you do, let me just ask my really annoying questions, like, because I need the tea. You guys have this insanely viral moment. Tell me like the level of people who were sliding into your DMs. Like I'm sure you've heard from.
Yeah, or like what's the craziest thing that you experienced through all of this?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many crazy things.
Yeah.
I mean, just off the top of my head, like we were in New York several months ago. I don't remember exactly when, and we were like scheduled to fly out that night. And then Selena Gomez's team reaches out, and she's like, "Hey, like, love for Jett and Campbell to come meet me. I'll be at this event." And so, boom, 2 hours later, we're with Selena, and I'm telling Selena she looks absolutely fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no, I'm dead.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was a funny one.
She's like the sweetest person ever.
One of Campbell's like kind of celebrities or that she looks up to, especially from a business standpoint, would be Hailey Bieber.
Of course.
And she also loves Hailey's style. And so we were at a party around Coachella. It was like an invitation-only celebrity type party. I don't remember exactly what it was. But we were there, and everyone was having a good time. And then all of a sudden we turned to our left, and there's Hailey, there's Justin, and Hailey immediately recognized Pookie.
Yeah, one of their a couple of their friends like recognized us and like called us over and were like,
amazing.
"No, I'm gonna like pass away."
Yeah,
and for
right.
Campbell, that was a big deal because Hailey really
Of
is one of her
course.
idols. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. And then just recently,
Oh, Phil Mickelson. So
Oh my God, Ben would die.
Phil Mickelson reached out and invited us to play golf with him. Our schedules didn't work out yet. Hopefully we can work it out. It is kind of hard with Pookie being pregnant.
Right, but also not enough people know. You told me this. You played golf like as a collegiate athlete.
Well, she could have. She had
So-
like 20 D1 scholarship offers. She turned it all down to have a normal sorority girl life at Ole Miss. But
my
yeah,
God.
she is an amazing golfer.
That's
I
so
used
crazy.
to be actually really good.
I believe it.
But
Yeah, she was the
so
captain
crazy.
of the team in Illinois that won state in the highest classification in Illinois. And I mean, yeah, she actually has a course record in Illinois.
Let's
She
go.
shot a 32 on 9 holes in the state tournament.
Damn.
And Ben says that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's an
damn.
insane.
I'm like,
yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
Ben said it was like an insane score.
It is
Damn.
insane.
That you tell everyone that.
Well, because it's an insane
proud
fact.
of you. It's
Yeah,
proud.
and I am her
Sweet.
biggest hype man because
You
again,
are.
she's so humble. She wouldn't tell anybody.
No, it's so
But yeah,
sweet.
her swing is, it's so pure. It's crazy. Actually, Ben commented that.
Yep, Ben
That's when I
said
knew
that-
Ben was like a real golf fan because he could appreciate her swing.
Yeah, I guess
But yeah,
Phil
we're
felt
so
the
busy
same.
now. We barely play. We played like twice since COVID.
But you got to play with Phil Mickelson.
We do. We'd love to work that out with Phil. Hopefully it does. I don't know if we'll do it before the birth or not. And Phil actually, it's a random thing, but Phil's actually my all-time favorite golfer.
Oh wow!
Growing up, you kind of had to pick between Phil and Tiger, and we love both. And we've
Yeah,
actually been to
Tiger's
some of
my
Tiger's
favorite.
biggest wins. So we love both, but Phil is my number one golfer.
My number one golfer is Rory McIlroy, and I don't even know who that is, but I heard his name once, and then I was in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I flew home, and I told Ben that I sat next to Rory McIlroy on the flight because it was kind of believable. I don't know why I just felt like lying.
But you didn't. You had.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I just made it up.
Classic.
And he believed me. And like seriously, when I told him I was lying, I think he like regretted marrying me. He was like, "Why did you like?" I just like lied for no reason, you know.
You do that all the time.
I'm going to pass it over to you. Get your pregnancy mama questions, concerns, comments out.
I will. I have just one question for Jett, because did you always call Campbell Pookie? Like, when did you come up with the nickname Pookie? Was it like a genesis over time?
Good question.
Yeah, great question. It's one of the top questions we get.
It is, and I feel like it's one of those things that you feel like you've said so many times, but
I started calling her Pookie within like a couple weeks of knowing her.
And is that a play on your last name? Like,
No, it's just she's a Pookie. I mean, look
Okay.
at
Yeah.
her. Like, she's a princess.
she's such a Pookie.
She's a princess.
Yeah.
She's a Pookie. It's just the perfect name for her. I think
It's
that's
an
part of the
endearing
reason it went so
name.
viral, because it
Yep.
literally is just the perfect name for her.
It really is. And do you find, I asked you this, and I think your answer was really interesting. Do you find it bizarre that like this name that was like something special between you two is now your, I think there are a lot of people who follow you don't even know your name is Campbell.
yes, most people that come up to me, they obviously say Pookie, and then some people say, I'm so sorry, I don't know your name. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. I don't care. But no, it is funny because like when you see like Pookie and Jett, you're like, okay, yes, but like Campbell and Jett, yeah. Like I used to hate my name actually, Campbell, I feel like growing up,
Really?
but I love it now. But now I rarely hear my name, Campbell. It's always Pookie.
I can't lie. When I call you Campbell, I have to like seriously take a second
Take
and
a
say
second.
Campbell and not
Yeah.
Pookie. Like I make a conscious effort because I feel like it's like kind of disrespectful.
No,
but
when
it's
I mean, I've been
hard.
calling her Pookie 100 times a day for 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you say Campbell, it's mostly like something like
That means I'm mad at her. Campbell.
or that, or like you're in like it's like deep,
Yes, yes.
like
Yeah.
deeper.
True. Yes.
So-
If we're having like a very serious discussion. But in general, I call her Pookie all the time.
It's the best name.
Yeah.
It is the best
Okay,
name.
Jax,
So
hit
cute.
her-
Yes,
hit her
no,
with
I
your
have
mama.
so many mama questions because I'm so happy for you, and I want to know like how many weeks are you now?
I am 29 weeks.
Wow.
How are you feeling? How has your pregnancy been?
It's been a lot. It's been great, honestly. Like it has been great. I have felt so good like the last 3 months, I guess, or so. I felt amazing. I had like, the first trimester I was sick and I was literally at Coachella and like Stagecoach and Sports Illustrated while I was pregnant when people didn't know. So I was just like that sober
So she
girl,
was sober for all
awkward in
that.
the corner.
She was literally sober for Coachella.
Which I'm like so quiet. So like me, being sober is an interesting time around a bunch of other
Yeah.
people. Yeah, you start realizing things.
Like everything is boring.
Yeah.
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 Like everyone is boring too.
Yeah, she's been a trooper. I mean, she basically felt hungover during the first trimester without being hungover.
Right.
I think that's just kind of how you feel. I think maybe she's a little lucky it wasn't worse than that, because it certainly is for some women.
Yeah.
But then in the second trimester, like she flipped a switch and she's been like
Yeah.
totally herself.
No, I
ever
have been
since.
so blessed the last few months to feel amazing.
That's great.
And now that I'm into the third trimester, like I'm kind of just waiting for something to like kick my ass. Like I don't want to be that person that's just like at home, but I'm sure eventually I will be. And thankfully I've had you to like literally be by my side, and having someone to like bounce off of is so much better than just doing it by yourself. Like I don't think I'm pregnant I could have done all this by myself.
No, of course, and because you guys work together, like
Yeah.
you can put some of the load onto him, which is really nice.
Yes, thank you, babe.
We're the ultimate team.
But
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm.
It's gonna come in handy.
Oh, thank you. We are getting rehab. We're getting close.
Yeah.
We have had like a few scares and just like little things that you don't realize until you go through being pregnant, that there are so many other things that can happen. You just think about the giving birth. They're like,
Yeah.
are you scared to give birth? I'm like, I literally haven't even thought about it.
No, and it's like you'd be so grateful just to get there.
Yeah, I just want to get there.
Yeah.
Because people tell you so many different things, and then the doctors, they're like they can just scare you, and you're like, I didn't even know that I could be scared about that.
When it comes
But
to your
okay.
personal style and like evolving pregnancy wise, how are you like dressing up the bump? What's your philosophy? Are you buying pregnancy clothes? Are you buying regular clothes just like a couple sizes up?
Yeah, I think I'm just buying bigger clothes. I'm not really wearing anything maternity. I like to show off the bump if I can, but then I'll wear like something oversized. Like this is
Yeah.
like tight and then oversized. It just
Yeah.
gives you a little more comfort. But I love bump style.
Yeah.
And I
It's so
literally think
cute.
Pookie looks like hotter than ever.
He's
Pregnancy
the
has
best.
looked so amazing on her. I mean, it's been insane. It really has.
It's very sweet. And I
It
agree.
is sweet. It's also like the sweetest thing whenever you really do not feel cute.
Yeah.
And someone is telling you that you look amazing. I'm just like, are you blind?
No,
But,
it's
like,
so sweet.
it is so sweet, and you have done like the best job at like building me up, and it really
It's
is.
pretty
like,
easy, babe, because it's true.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
obsessed.
No, it's just like you feel like you're like you don't look the same,
Right.
But obviously,
yeah. No, it's
like,
it's a mind bending thing, like to change so much in such a short period of time, and like it's also beautiful, but like still you're you, and like you have a whole closet full of clothes that like are made for you, but you can't really get into them like you used to. Like it's definitely a lot to wrap your head around.
It is.
While also like having heightened emotions and like chemically changing.
Hormonal.
For sure. I'm just like,
Jackie, you've had kids, right?
I have 2 boys, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That's great.
Yeah.
yeah,
really
I can
cute.
only imagine like the things that you will say to our child.
Right.
I really just
And the
can't even
nicknames.
imagine.
The nicknames.
The nicknames.
I know.
PJ,
I'm already
Pookie
thinking,
Jr.
I'm already thinking about the nicknames. People have coined nicknames on Pooklet, Puckett.
Puckett.
Well, people also give predictions like, oh, if it's a boy, it's going to be one of these 10 names. If it's a girl, it's going to be one of these 10
Yeah,
Are they
names.
close?
So
Have you shared
interesting.
gender?
I will say some of the names they've come up with were actually really good.
They were good. I was
believe
like,
it.
okay, add it to the list.
Have you shared the gender?
No,
We
we've not.
haven't, but
But you
we-
guys
we
know.
will.
Yes.
What
We're
do you
probably
guys-
announce that in a couple weeks.
Oh, nice. What do you guys call the baby just between, like not their name or anything, but do you have a nickname for the baby like in utero? A lot of people have like an in utero name.
This baby.
That's good. Easy,
Works.
to the point.
Yeah, Jett is always very concerned with the baby. He's like all hands on deck. He's like, something wrong? Like, let's go to the hospital.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
if
like,
Pookie
no,
gets a
we're
scratch
good.
on her at any time, I freak out. Like, 'cause Pookie's everything to me. So, yeah, I can't stand the idea of anything being wrong with her, even a scratch.
Yeah, he really does care almost more than I do, and I'm just like, thank
That's
God,
amazing.
because you really are just right there all the time, like asking if I need anything.
And it's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
no, anyone that does it by themselves, I'm just like, you are literally a hero.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys, your first duo podcast being here truly means the world. You guys are a delight. Seriously, we wish only the best for you. When you come to New York and you don't text me and Ben, like we will be upset and we will be offended.
Yeah, no, looking forward to hanging out with you guys again for sure.
And, you know, to many more dinners, hopefully post PJ, Pookie Jr., so Pookie Sr. can have a cocktail.
Cute. Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually having a cocktail delivered to the hospital. So our
That's
favorite restaurant
the
in
best.
Atlanta, our favorite steakhouse is called Hal's. And her drink is the extra dirty blue cheese olive martini. And I've already arranged that will be delivered to the hospital.
I'll be
on
able to have like
Thursday.
a sip.
Yeah.
A
Just,
sip.
yeah, just one.
If you have one, you're done. So I'll have a sip.
Yeah, they're loaded. Well, I just adore you guys. I know the toasters who are going to listen to this episode will too. Thank you so much for being here. Jax, thanks for tuning in from 1,000 miles away. We love you. And thank
Love
to
you
everyone
guys.
for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.
Bye.